Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is House. So today I'm going to do a video recreating Sarah Ashcroft's Get Ready With Me. So her video is called Get Ready With Me for Brunch, Makeup, Hair, Skincare and Outfit. We have like very different styles, I think, and also a very different like way of doing makeup, a different order, different techniques. But when I watched it, her skin just looked really flawless. And who doesn't want really flawless skin? I definitely do. So yeah, she starts with a face mask.
Because he doesn't have a face mask on.
Oh,
it's a really good vlog, chill style.
When you don't get one. Yeah. And I thought I'd start my
But I just got back from the gym, had a shower, done my skincare, put moisturiser on. I don't know if she puts SPF on or not. Also, I chose this video because she does a hair up. And I was going to wash my hair, but I thought, why? Do this video today, wash my hair later. I'm going to put this back on. My hair looks really awful. Anyway.
The Max Studio Fix, the Shine Control Primer. It's so good.
So I have like a completely different skin type to Sarah. So I had a Benefit Pore Professional and I gave it to my sister because it was too dry for me. I've been using my Glow Screen with SPF 30 as my sort of primer. But today, I won't go for this Spectrum hydrating one. I'll be a bit more similar to her, I guess. But this is a Unicorn Primer Essence from Nip and Fab and it's so beautiful. Oh, and I have a mirror here, so if I look to the side, that is why.
Before I put my foundation on, I like to cover them with concealer first, and then I just feel like it looks better that way.
She's kind of got like a flat brush. I'm going to use this one that I've used for concealer recently, which the name is kind of gone. It's from Sephora though, a Sephora brush set, which I love the brush set and it came in a roll and it's amazing. But even though they've been washed a few times, I think the matte finish on the thing has, I don't know, it's like it's worn off basically. Oh my god, my hand is so dry. Anyway, these are really sticky. Every single one of them. I don't know why. I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I don't have the Radiant NARS one. But same with like breakouts. But mine, we being me and my sister, we think that it is rosacea. I'm just going to put it over the, I don't want to do like a full face of concealer, you know? But that might help.
But not actually blend it in yet. I think, especially this NARS concealer, I think it definitely works better if you let it sit for like a little bit on your skin. And then...
No, she said she doesn't blend it out, but I'm gonna pat it so that it's not in like a weird shape.
And then I literally just get my finger and just like lightly tap. I actually now blend out the majority of it with the brush and then just go over it with a beauty blender, which I didn't used to do. I used to just...
So I said this in my last video, and I think I've seen people do this on TikTok quite a lot, where they put their foundation on with a brush and then basically then just use a sponge just to like really press it into the skin and stuff, and she's just said the exact same thing. So I'm using Conceal and Hydrate foundation from Revolution, which is quite full coverage. She's also using quite a full coverage one. This is the palest shade I have and it is F2. And I never know whether do I put it on the brush or the back of my hand. Recently I've just been really annoyed with having a dirty back of my hand.
Put the foundation on kind of roughly and then I would blend it out, but so once I've blended the majority of that, then I just use...
My skin looks very textured, but hopefully that will fix itself. Oh, and because it's like a sleek ponytail. I just need to make sure I don't miss behind my ears or like my hairline.
With those Radiant Creamy Concealers, I'm going to use Vanilla, which is the lighter one. And I'm going to put that in the corner of my eye, where I want like the most brightness. The brush I'm going to use is this actually a Bake Precision brush.
I found a brush that looks similar to what she's using. It looks, well, it looks like that. And then my other option was this one, which has a bit more of a square top. But I'm going to use this one. She's using the Radiant Creamy, and I've got the e.l.f. Hydrating one and the e.l.f. Matte one. So obviously for creamy, this one, but she's using light. And I think that's the one I just use underneath it. It's not that light. So I am going to go with the matte finish. And she literally popped it like so close to her inner corner. I'm going to do one side at a time because it dries down quite, actually let me watch it. So she's got her 2 shades, so she's done this right in the corner, and then on the brush she had a little bit of her other one. I literally just painted that one there, like hope for the best, and she sort of mixed them together as she went. Down her nose.
And then I'm also going to put a little bit of concealer up here.
I'm not going to use any extra, but she's just popped concealer up here and I've spread mine up there anyway. I'm just going to brighten up in here. She didn't use a P. Louise base on her eyelid. She just popped her foundation and concealer up there, and that's like the one thing I'm not gonna do. So next, she's cream contouring, but she mentions that, so she's using the Bondi Sands, Bondi something. One sec. Oh, nude sticks, but she's run out of the Bondi Babe one, and she's using a warmer one, which is perfect because the one I have is a Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation in the shade F14, and it's like, it doesn't look super warm here, but when I put it on, it definitely is more of a bronze. But I'm gonna follow her placement.
It's like a thick line, because it sort of blends out almost a bit more like a cream bronzer rather than like a really like defined contour line. So I'm gonna put some on my forehead because I'm gonna do a snatch bun. Kind of like lightly just buff it out, blend it like into my hairline, because of the fact that, as I say, I'm gonna do a bun and I kind of need it all blended into that.
And she looks like she brings hers quite far onto her cheek, like quite far into the center of the face. Let's blend it into the forehead. I'm more of a sponge person than a brush person for sure.
Go to my cheeks, just add a little bit extra coverage.
Okay, extra coverage with concealer. So I'm not going to use the brightest one. I'm going to use this one. She again, oh my god, so much in my hands. She again used a brush.
What I like to do is just go back in with that nude sticks, and then I just pick certain parts that just build up the contour a little bit more. So it's normally like just underneath like my cheekbone, sort of like in the middle of my cheek about there, just so I can create that nice defined cheekbone. So like this is easier to do once you've got that concealer down here as well, because it gives you almost like a bit more of a guide as to where you want your...
So next I'm going to blend in or pattern the concealer with the brush like she just said, but try not to move it around too much. I've got a full wrinkle here, so that's great. I think that's kind of okay. I need to blend this in. some more coverage here. And I always put concealer on my forehead, and so far she has not. And then she's pressing it in, but not really like blending it around. And then I didn't really blend down here, so I'm just going to pat over that again. And then I feel like I just went a bit too high on that side. So I'm going to take that brush. And obviously I've got a brush that's got a foundation on too. So to just help meld it all together, I'm going to go over the top. She did not do that. But I feel like I just needed a bit of help almost. I don't know. So next, Sarah is, I feel weird when I say Sarah. Sarah Ashcroft is powdering under her edge, but it's a really light dusting of, I think she said YSL, which I do not have. My current favourite under eye powder is the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder, and she's just talking about how she learned that you should set before you bake, and I have heard that too, although not a lot of people do. But yeah, so she just lightly sets. I'm just hoping I don't just don't want to feel like too dry.
Sort of focus it into the corner of my eye and then just...
I don't really ever bake because I have a dry skin, but I do have a powder that I prefer, you know, if I am going to do it. It is the Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Lace. I just hate the packaging, like the lid's too small really to pour the stuff in. So I've got this one. This is from New Skin. The shade is translucent, yeah, but it is so yellow. Like I can only use this when I'm tanned, which is like never. And also I feel like someone needs to do a baking video, but like how to, fuck, I just pour powder everywhere. I need a how to not make a mess when using loose powder video. Anyway, so she is baking like fairly high into her inner corner. So I'm gonna pop that on the sponge and go, can you see, right in. Get some on the tip. I'm just going to play it a bit more.
Bring it down the nose slightly. I find this is why I don't really contour my nose, because you kind of get a bit of a contour by doing this with the powder. I just basically put it where I had the concealer, just get rid of half of it, like that.
It feels dry. I'm just going to do what she did and dust away a little bit of this one. So use a thinner line. And then she is going to set the rest of her face. I'm going to very lightly, like with a really fluffy brush, this is Spectrum, and it says Fairest of Them All because it's from one of their collections I don't know the name of. And I'm going to go in with the same e.l.f. powder, and I'm just going to pat it everywhere. Really tap off the brush. Just to make sure I've not got too many creases in my forehead. So she actually does her powder with a sponge, and so I've just put a light layer, but I can still see that I could probably do with setting some of my face, where I'm going to put a little bit of this on my sponge. Let's see how we go. Oh, it's set. Okay, next is bronzer, and I have powder everywhere.
Eve Modern Bronzer Duo, it's so good to get like those two shades.
So she's using the bronzer, which has like one warmer, one cooler. So for my warmer tone, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Condition Give Me Sun, which is quite warm, and she's placing it like almost where you would place blush. It's almost like quite far forwards.
Because I like to make sure, especially because I've got my hair up, that I don't have any like, there's nothing worse than when it's like white back here.
So she's then using a like very red undertoned bronzer. So I'm just gonna see. So I may skip this step. She put blusher on.
So we use brow freeze
I think that was her blusher, which is fair enough because it was warm. But the Matte Give Me Sun was warm as well. So what I'm gonna do is tap into this Indulge one, which I said was too dark. Tap into this rose. I'm gonna tap on my back of my hand to get like a lot of the colour off. And then I'm just gonna go over the top just to see if it adds a little bit of more colour. And she said like she went more all over. Yeah, that is, it's warm, shit. That's too much. I'm just gonna take my powder brush and like go over the edge of it. And then go over the top of it. See if it dulls it down a tiny bit because I went a bit. I feel like I've gone a bit ham. She's using the Anastasia Brow Foods, which I really need to try, but I've got the W7 Perfect Timer. She's brushing it all up. And she's going more for a straight brow, so I'm going to sort of pull to the side. And yeah, she shaved the end of her brows off, and I took a little bit off the ends of mine. But I don't know, I'm too scared to take any more off. So for brows, she's using lots of Benefit products. She's using a pencil to fill in her tail, which I don't need to do too much because that side's fine, this side a little bit. I have just been to the bathroom and looked at my face in like a different light. And I look so powdery and weird, but it's weird how when you watch people's videos, they just look flawless. Like she looks flawless even if she's still got hair baked and stuff. Anyway, now she said she's gonna do eyeliner. What about eyeshadow? Like, I'm confused.
Just grab the end and elongate it out a little bit.
Fucking genius. Okay, she is a genius, to be honest. So I've already watched this video, but I didn't clock that she did this. So one at a time. After she's done a very small wing with like a felt liner, she's using the Kai liner. I'm gonna use the Collection one. She grabs a tiny brush and just before it dries, pulls it out a little bit. I've never heard anyone do that. I genuinely think it's genius. She hasn't really gone over the top of her eye. She's, yeah, like she said, it's not even a half wing. It's like to here. Like, it's so small. I don't know if this is going to be wet enough for me to do any sort of pulling out. Oh yeah, did that work a tiny bit? It worked. Ooh!
I love this palette. This is the Sigma More Neutrals palette.
I don't think I even, like that simple wing liner, I don't even think I made it the same. She's got like a neutral palette and she's using like a yellowy shade and then a light shade. No, I was gonna use, I got this free from Shein when I didn't order. It's She Glam Cookie Stack and I thought that would be light enough and that would be a good medium shade, but I think they, oh no, let's do it. I don't think they'll be too dark.
Kind of take it up towards like my eyebrow and like down the side.
So she starts in here. Then she takes it out. So let's just, going to take it slightly into the crease. Because I've got hooded eyes, like when they're open you won't see this bit that I'm doing now. Like you'll see the bit above it. She's just put on some Ardell corner lashes. I've just curled mine. Now she's flipping back to eyeshadow and she's using a pale shade. So like I said, I'm going to use the one in here, which hopefully... No. Oh, okay, wonderful. I'm still filming, yes. So this is a palette from Revolution called Life on the Dance Floor VIP, and it has so many neutral shades, like it's kind of dumb. I'm going to use the lightest shade in the palette, which is actually called Champagne. And I've got like a flat brush and she's brightened up the lid.
I'm gonna remove this powder now, but instead of like sweeping it away.
Bravo. Oh, that is nice. Okay, so pat instead of sweep. I feel very matte. This one here is kind of like disappeared. And I'm a bit crusty on this side. She said blusher, but I think she means like the bronzer brush, the one that you had all the warmth on, and she's just taking it like in and just slightly over her nose.
But like kind of centre of my face, just above my eyebrow, like there, just to lighten up my face, make my skin look like it's nice and dewy. And then I'm going to set my face today with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray.
I'm just going to spray my face and put mascara on. My spray is the MAC Fix Plus, which I'm hoping is going to make me feel less powdery. So it's such a simple makeup look, but this has taken me so long that I don't think I'm going to have time to follow her snatched hair tutorial. I might just have to do it. In fact, I'm going to do my mascara and my hair and then come back and show you what lip I use.
How amazing is the colour of this? It's from kind of like a triangle section of my hair there. So basically when Chris Appleton was doing my hair, to get it like super slick, he literally just covered all the hair in hairspray and then would like brush it up into the bun. Oh, how clean that is. This kind of brush is one of those sort of like bungee cord hair ties to do this to keep it. It's just cover it in hairspray. Again. Honestly, a band around there.
Okay, for lips, she sort of used like a brownie, oh no, don't stop zooming. She used a brownie coloured lip liner and then a pinky nude. So I'm going to pop these on. This lip liner is from Primark in the shade Toffee. I think everything I've used has been like super cheap / drugstore, which is really good. Not that, oh actually I guess yeah, she used like a lot of NARS, YSL powder and stuff. Whereas mine are all cheaper, so that's good. Yeah, even though this isn't my style, like I feel good. Wouldn't wear this all the time. I think like the hair up like this, like with this it's quite plain makeup and quite plain hair, I would want to go more all out on one of those. But I really like the face makeup, even though I think I'm quite pale at the moment. My camera just died, so I'm on my phone, sorry about that. Where was the lighting? About here. yeah, I'm quite pale, and actually this lighting doesn't look good now. It looked better on my camera. I thought it'd be too bronze, but I think it's okay. This lighting's bad. Let me turn the lights on. I don't know if that's any better. I'm using the back camera, so I don't know what you can see if I look towards the lights. But this is the finished makeup look. I'm sorry I'm finishing this video on my phone, but let me know what you think. Like, does it suit me? I don't know. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video, and until then, stay happy and healthy. Bye.